One thing I learned living my life being around these degenerates is middle class prosocial people do not understand psychopaths. There are higher levels of psychopaths in the bottom and the top. The middle has the lowest levels of psychopathy, which is why average middle class people find it very hard to understand people like this because we don't meet them very often. You're at the very bottom of broke people and the very top of rich people, you'll meet a lot of psychopaths, right? Because the traits of psychopathy make you either chronically fucking broke or really weirdly rich, right? You end up one of those two strata. You usually don't end up in the middle. The middle selects for prosocial cooperative personalities. Now, what you need to know about psychopaths is this: they will literally do whatever they can get away with, right? And not only will they only do whatever they can get away with, but the more they get away with depraved acts that a normal prosocial person like me or you, well, not you, you're a psychopath, but me or a normal person would be like, oh, I don't want to do that, that's bad, like you're hurting that person. They don't feel that. Like when they do something worse to someone and get away with it and there's no consequences, they get an incredible high, right? So this is what makes them push the envelope to be worse and worse. Whereas a normal pro-social person, if they're being cruel, right, there comes eventually a moment they're like, I don't want to do this, right? They don't ever feel that because for them, they're literally only motivated by what I can do. And the more the gap between what they can do and what other people can do is bigger, the happier they are. This is what you understand. This is why all psychopaths will end in max depravity if you let them. Because they're the way a normal person stops because they don't want to cause pain and suffering. They go further because the more the gap between what is normal and what they're doing, the happier and more powerful they feel, right? And this is why psychopaths are incredibly toxic and destructive. Now imagine someone like this is going about life all the time. Living my life being near people like this, I have learned like the liberal lefty idea where it's like we don't need a carceral system. Like, no, certain people are broke and poor because they're psychopaths. That's the why they didn't go and take night school classes and become RNs because of psychopaths, right? There's nothing about being poor that makes you rape and do the horrible things that these people are doing. That they're poor because they're like that. Okay, not in reverse. Um, I'm not saying every act of violence means you're a psychopath, but the kind of people you see liberals pitching for like no prison, it's like this person is a horrible person and will always be this way. The best you can hope for this piece of shit is that at 40 his balls dry up and he doesn't want to like rape people while laughing. But it's not because he's a better person, it's just because he has no sex drive and no motivation. Now that he has no testosterone, it's not the same concept of becoming a person. So like I said, one of those things I moved further right on is we absolutely need strong punishments for violent crime. This is like one of the worst liberal lefty ideas. Circumstances do not make you a psychopath. It's not real life. You're just harming victims by not locking these motherfuckers up. Um and guns, the guns in society thing. I mean, I don't know what to do about our society, but completely disarming the population enables people like this, right? And what's going on in our billionaire class, just like any psychopath in society, is they literally don't think we can kill them. It's just that basic. Because again, they're psychopaths. So they're like, this is how they think. I will do whatever the fuck I can get away with. People die, people suffer, don't matter to me. And because I'm a psychopath, the more extreme acts I do and can get away with, the more powerful, godlike, and immortal I feel. That is literally how they think. So this is why you see our elites behaving the way they do, saying they're immortal, saying they're possessed by a Kabbalah spirit, saying they're actually the devil, just weirdly torturing little kids, acting like that's normal. Every time they do these acts, in their brain, this is what's going on. I'm fucking immortal. I'm fucking God. I can do this. Such a gap from normalcy. I can do this. And I feel so damn good. They don't feel anyone's pain or suffering. They don't feel any like anyone's pain, they don't have morals. And they just literally, the bigger the gap between what they can do and what other people can do, the more satisfied and happy they are. That's why the only thing a psychopath understands is consequences. consequences. I will fucking punch you in the face. I will fucking stab this knife in your gut. I will shoot you in the fucking head. That is the only thing that'll make them stop, right? Because of the fact they do not have morals. And whereas regular people, like, oh, you're crying. Oh, that's bad. They're just like, ha ha ha, ha, I'm so God. I'm so God. And the only thing that makes them stop is you coming to their face and shooting them in the head. Or them seeing that and be like, "Oh, I can't do it. I guess I won't." That's it. That's how you deal with a psychopath. And the reason our because here's the thing, the leaders of complex human societies are usually higher in psychopathy, but what happened is the leaders of our society stopped fearing we'll kill them. This is what happened. King, like you know how they have Yarvin calling them kings, corporate kings? They're not kings. Kings fear their people. That's why feudal systems are beholden to the people and listen to the people. Because they know it they could be at their gate with pitchforks. It's happened. It could happen. Right? Kings are more beholden to their serfs than these people are to us. And that's why they do literally treat us like we do not matter and make it literally reinforce themselves. I'm going to steal your children and eat them and rape them. They do that because they do not fear us. They literally think there will be no consequences ever, right? And this is what where I'm getting with this. Liberals and progressives are so wrong about their ideas about violent crime and how to handle it. You need to fucking have violence. You need to go back in their face. You need to fucking shoot them, right? It needs to be really strong and really swift because that's what psychopaths understand. And whenever a psychopath thinks things are weak or can be exploited, they are excited by that and the gap between what they're doing, what everyone else is doing. That makes them feel like God. They don't like they don't I like middle class liberals and progs who don't know any psychopaths. Like this is really how they are. Trust me, I know I'm surrounded by them. Okay? They literally only do what they can do. And not only is that, as consequence the only thing that limits them, whereas a normal person feels of hesitation inside because that's they feel people's pain, they feel people's suffering. They don't. And the more they do extreme things other people can't do, the more they feel like an incredible God and they get such a high out of that. So that's what you need to understand. The only thing that works for them. For pro-social people, understanding works. Talking it out works. Other things work. For people like this, you literally have to put your fist in their face. That's all, that's it. They live in a very primitive world where it's like I will do incredible violence and harm unless someone stops me because it feels good because I love doing acts that make me feel better with other people. The only way a person like that will ever stop is if you make them stop and kill them, right? That's where I'm getting with this. Like we can't vote this out. What's going you know how they like to go on a primal level and say liberalism made us soft and women made us soft and women are too empathetic and emotional and we need to go back to our violent roots. You know, they like that when it works in their favor. The reality is the reason they're acting like this is because we do. We absolutely need to go back to our violent roots. You need to fear the people. The people need to get pitchforks, come to your ass, drag Elon Musk by the hair, and the whole crowd beats the fuck out of him. Grab Bezos by his lack of hair, do the same thing. If that were to happen and we ate a few of them the way they've been eating kids, all these kids, Mexican babies, Haitian babies, babies in Florida, babies in Russia, if we were to eat just a handful of them, they would like right away they'd stop calling themselves cabal demons. They'd stop thinking they're immortal. They'd stop this delusion that they're a special race above us. They would come right back down to earth and be like, oh, they can kill me. I actually have to work with them. You see? That's why they're planning to kill us all because they literally don't think they're beholden to us at all. Right? I don't know how to say this, but the only way out of this is if 50,000 people start making mobs all over the country to kill these people. That's the only way. Because they always praise a violent, savage society, not soft like women. I'm a woman and I see this. You need to be, these people need to be shot. They need to be shot. It would totally send a fucking message. And in their brains, on some snake lizard level, they'd be like, oh, I'm not immortal. I can totally fucking die. They just grabbed Elon Musk by the toupee and dragged him around and they beat his face off. He's dead now. They would see that and they'd be like, I'm actually connected to these people. They can actually fight back. Because trust me, I've been raped by psychopaths for 3 years. They will never feel sadness. They will never feel empathy. They don't feel hesitation. Literally, this is how psychopaths think. I will do whatever the fuck I can do. And the more extreme what I do is, the better I feel. That's how every psychopath thinks, right? And there's the middle class pro-social mind can't understand that. That's why they come with a lot of stupid fucking ideas. But for people like this, and they're a minority of the population, and they're overrepresented among the poor and the rich, you literally have to fucking kill them. Or they have to know and see very well they can die. But if they act up. Do you know why in prison, this is how prison works, right? That's exactly how prison works. Why? Because there's a lot of psychopaths in there. So in prison, it's like if you even try to fuck with someone, they'll literally beat you into a pulp to let you know you can't do that. The way prison works is because it's a society crafted by male psychopaths. And so if you understand how constrain the psychopaths on the bottom, the psychopaths on the top, look at a prison, how they handle things amongst themselves. So if you look at someone the wrong way, they'll literally just beat the shit out of you with like a fucking lunch tray. And you'll have to go to fucking medics and get your fucking shit sewn back together. That's because that's how it is in psychopathic world. Because they know as another psychopath, if I let them know I won't resist, they won't stop. They'll eat me until I'm dead. And they'll feel very good while doing it. That's literally how our billionaires think and how the psychopaths on the bottom think. State prison contains the psychopaths on the bottom. These are not people who are mostly victims of circumstance. They're just literally terrible people, right? And the top contains the white collar prison contains the rich psychopaths, but it's the same. It's the same. They know how to handle each other. The only way you will stop is if I literally make you stop by killing you or making it known I will kill you, right? And I think this is exactly why psychopaths can so easily exploit normies. Normies don't get that. Normies and pro-social people don't understand, like, why would you do this harm? Don't you feel anything? Why would I hurt you? Why would I hurt you? What's that gonna solve? That's how a middle class normie thinks. But that's not how a psychopath thinks. Psychopath, like, go to a state prison. That's how the rich think. Oh, I can just do all this to you? Then I'll do it until you die. Because it feels so good because I'm stronger than you and I can get away with it. That's how they think. And that's why in prison they have these rules. You fucking even try to fuck with me, I will literally make you a grease spot. It's not for no reason. It's because prison is the way they communicate with each other in prison is a language of psychopaths. Okay. They know and they know. They both know what they're thinking in prison. This motherfucker will not stop. He will never feel bad. He will never feel empathy for me. He will do anything if I let him, and vice versa. If this guy fucks me up and makes it known I will kill you, motherfucker, I'd rather get life for killing you than let you do that to me. They keep the peace that way. So this is why it's so easy for psychopaths to exploit normies. The normie doesn't know this about the psychopath. They're like, well, we just vote. We'll just reason. They'll eventually feel bad they're killing the poor. I mean, I feel bad. It's like, no, you have to speak the language of a prisoner. They're saying, I can do this to you. And then they escalate. I'm going to take your kids and rape them. I'm going to do this. And now I'm going to call myself a Kabbalah demon. I'm going to say I'm actually the spirit of Baphomet and God's inside me. I'm actually God. I'm immortal. They're going to keep going with this shit until you come to them and say, I'll fucking kill you and make it real. You gotta speak the language of prison with people like this. And that's exactly why it's so easy for psychopaths to rise. Because normies, pro-social people are just like, well, can't we talk about it? I mean, don't you feel bad you're eating babies? And they're like, no, not at all. I feel really good. I feel like I'm better than you because you can't eat babies. I can eat babies. That's literally like the baby's crying, bleeding. They're like, oh yeah, that makes me feel awesome because I can do that and no one's stopping me. And what we see with our billionaire class is literally decades of not being stopped and them gathering more ass lickers, more lower level psychopaths to keep them in power until they feel like literally the people can't do anything. And so I would say one of the most disastrous ideas on the left and among progressives is middle class normie logic applied to psychopaths. Like, we'll just vote and peacefully protest, and we'll just say, please stop killing people, and eventually they'll feel bad. It's like, this is never gonna work. And in fact, the idea that liberals are peaceful is some shit they made up. Liberals are very violent. Like, we fucking had no problem being violent with the fucking monarchs. We had no problem being violent with the slave owners. This idea that a liberal is always peaceful is bullshit. Liberalism needs violence. Okay? Like, when you're dealing with monsters like this, the only answer is violence. And that's why they've brainwashed us, like, always be peaceful, always be law abiding. Like, that only works if that's mutually agreed upon. If you're dealing with prison psychos, then the only thing they understand is a fist in the face. Drag Elon by his toupee next time he gets up to talk, and everyone just curb stomps him. And then they'll report it on the news. Horrible event at the. Even though Elon had his ass lickers in his force shield made by the CIA, there was just so many people, it didn't work. And they literally curb stomped him to death. Watch how fast they get in line. Next time they're in a boardroom about to eat a baby and plan to legislate some shit to kill people, they'll literally think twice because that's all they understand. And liberals are not peaceful. We didn't get liberalism by being peaceful. We got it by being violent. Peace is the result of defended liberalism. You understand that? You don't keep liberalism by being peaceful. You get to be peaceful by defending it violently, right? So when your country's consumed by Kabbalah demons who are making a white breeding program in Israel and they're calling each other fucking Torah verses while they try to purge the Arabs, while the other half is planning to kill everyone in transhumanism and leave only the little boys alive that are watching Chad Maxing because you're trying to fucking make teenage boys as fucked up as Wexner made teenage girls in the millennium, so you can fucking rape them on your island. People like that, you just gotta make it known you'll kill them. Just like in any prison, any state prison in this fucking country. That's the psychopaths language. And liberalism did not come here by being peaceful. Peacefulism is the result. Peace is the result of liberalism. When you're dealing with illiberal people who are psychopaths, you must use violence, right? And that's where you get all these bad ideas about how to handle violent offenders. Like, no carceral system. I'm not reporting by rapists. It's like, you fucking shit. No guns. And the always nonviolent protesting is a good. No, with these people, you need to literally make them die. Just like anyone, you come on the block and they ask for your papers. If anyone tries to test, you must attack them, right? Because that's the language of psychopaths. And it's easy for psychopaths to prey on normies because they don't understand that. So it's easy for them to keep going further and further and further. And we don't stop them, right? Yeah. So you can't vote your way out of this. And these people literally think they're immortal. They literally think they're ancient demons. They literally have all kinds of crazy shit in their heads, and they're planning to kill you as well, in addition to already humiliating the children of this country. So we need to legit go down to Ohio to Wexner's house, stomp him out, curb stomp him. Same with Elon Musk, same with all these motherfuckers. And if we did just a few of them, that will create peace because then the psychopaths will realize, oh, we actually are a part of these people. We're not an immortal deity that reincarnates. They fucking killed his ass. I'm telling you, it's the only way to go at this point. And in the past, the reason the leaders were not as fucked up as these people is they feared the people. They knew that people would fuck them up. These people do not think so. And you give a psychopath no limits, they will have no limits.